Over the past 5 years, Ohio State has become known for their amazing defensive line play, sending guys like Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young to the NFL draft, and those are just the guys who went in the top 5. It looks like the tradition will continue with Ohio native Jack Sawyer, who showed out during the spring game. But who is Jack Sawyer? In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps the video do better in the algorithm. If there's a player you want to see in future episodes, make sure to leave it in the comments section below. Also comment below how good you think Jack Sawyer will be over the next 3 to 4 years at Ohio State. Jack Sawyer grew up in Pickerington, Ohio, a town about a half hour away from Ohio State. His father, Lyle, played football at Findlay College, and his mother was a star basketball player at Pickerington, while his grandfather played in the Pittsburgh Pirates farm system. Sawyer attended Pickerington North High School, where he quickly made a name for himself as a freshman, even earning a scholarship from Michigan. The way Jack Sawyer went about the camp circuit is extremely interesting. He did not attend every camp he could to raise his rankings. He did not even attend the open regional camp, but was still invited to the finals in Frisco and still turned it down. While many would jump at the opportunity for a free trip and the publicity that comes with the event as a junior, Sawyer declined. Sawyer did not care about those events, telling The Athletic, "I just feel like it's a waste of time. I'd rather go spend the day with Ohio State defensive line coach Larry Johnson and, work the real technique and the stuff needed to be good in the future." That's how Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, and Chase Young became first-round picks. To be honest, the rivals camps and things like that are just places where people get to get their rankings and get free stuff. The pub. I just care about getting better and being ready for next year. You see, the line next year is an important one. As a junior, Sawyer played both ways for his high school team. Not only did Sawyer play defensive end, but he also was asked to play quarterback. One of the Panther quarterbacks would get injured, and the other quarterback unexpectedly moved to Florida. Sawyer was asked on a Tuesday to learn the offense for a game the following week. Some may be saying at home he was playing quarterback just because he was the best athlete on the team, which is why he may have been asked to play. But he did not just play quarterback, he played quarterback well. Sawyer showed a deep understanding of the offense. He showed touch on passes and could get tough yards when he needed to run. In his first game at quarterback, he threw for 200 yards and rushed for 140 yards in a win over a team that had not lost a game all season. Sawyer's high school coach, Coach Nathan Hillerich, told The Athletic, he even had the Cam Newton jab step on his fakes down. He had the passing plays down, the mesh points, all of it. This is a kid where if he had decided in junior high school that he wanted to be a quarterback, he'd be a 5-star quarterback right now. You don't see the things he is capable of doing. You just don't. Sawyer played the last 8 games of the season as a defensive end and quarterback, but unfortunately ended the season with a torn MCL during the final game. Luckily, the ACL and meniscus were fine. He finished his junior season being named to the OCC Ohio Division Defensive Player of the Year, recording 37 tackles, 19 tackles for a loss, and 13.5 sacks. He also threw for 1,056 yards and 9 touchdowns while leading his team to the playoffs. The injury is one of the reasons he was planning to skip a lot of the ranking camps during the summer. He felt there were more important things to help him prep for his senior year. His coach was planning to have him ready for the opening game against Nazareth Academy that was led at the time by Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy. That was until the season was up in the air due to the global pandemic. On August 14th, 2020, Sawyer wrote on Twitter, "After extensive discussion with my parents and coaches regarding the uncertainty of the high school football season and the probability of a spring collegiate season, I have decided to focus on training and preparation for my early enrollment at Ohio State." According to 24/7 Sports Composite, Jack Sawyer was a 5-star recruit who was the best player in Ohio, 3rd best strong side defensive end, 4th best player nationally, and 42nd best recruit all time. Sawyer received over 13 different Division I offers from the likes of Cincinnati, Michigan, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. When college coaches came to visit Sawyer in high school, he always made a point to meet them in the front of the school. As he would navigate the lunch crowd, his head popped up over the students due to the fact he was 6'5". Sawyer did not care about the fame that came with being one of the top-rated recruits, telling The Athletic, "My goal isn't to be like, the most famous prospect. Right now, it's to be the best player. What else matters?" As a result, anytime he would meet a visitor, he would greet them by calling them a superstar. When the offers started rolling in during his freshman year, Sawyer waited for the Ohio State offer that had yet to come. Sawyer knew Ohio State was looking at him and wanted to keep the local, local. But Urban Meyer explained to Coach Hilliard that Ohio State doesn't offer freshmen. A few weeks later, Sawyer attended a camp at Ohio State and impressed with his measurables that were comparable to Joey Bosa. Sawyer left Ohio State that day with an offer. Although Sawyer received the Ohio State offer his freshman year, he waited to commit to the Buckeyes. He wanted to look at all his cards by taking visits and making sure he made the right decision. That was until he met Ryan Day. When Day first visited Sawyer after taking over for Urban Meyer, he was not even recognized by the school secretary. When Urban Meyer used to visit the school, everybody would leave the classroom and watch him walk down the halls like a spectacle. Day put on the name tag and to some looked like a parent who was looking for their child. Except Day was there to meet one of the best defensive ends in the country, as the head coach of the Ohio State. Sawyer loved how down to earth Day was and felt like he was family. Sawyer was supposed to take a visit to Clemson, but decided to visit Ohio State first and never made it to South Carolina. Sawyer was committed and stayed committed to the Buckeyes. LSU tried to get Sawyer to visit, but he did not bite. Going into Ohio State's spring game, there was a lot of excitement around Sawyer. Some expected him to be rusty after not playing since his junior year, but Sawyer showed no rust. He lived up to all the hype and expectation and even outperformed it. He dominated 4 different offensive linemen. He put a couple of pressures and even forced a fumble during his time on the field. Ohio State's defensive line coach referred to Sawyer as being a special player this past winter and is going to find a role for him. After the spring game, Ryan Day told 24/7 Sports he is off to a great start for sure. He's just earning more and more reps. He's working his way up the depth chart. I think across the board, our D-line was solid this year. We have some good depth there, but Jack came in with a lot of confidence and he's made a lot of plays. 5th-year senior left tackle Thayer Munford told 24/7 Sports he's been doing it very consistently because he's been getting to work with Coach Johnson, Zach Harrison, Tyreek Smith, and all the veteran players that actually have played and have been working here. He has a motor. I'm just happy that he's on our team. According to Ryan Day, what we saw in Ohio State's spring game is what Sawyer has done throughout the spring. One Ohio State player even said Jack is real. Jack is legit. Jack's going to be a great player. The hype train for Jack Sawyer is filling up and leaving the station soon. If I had to guess, we will be hearing the name Jack Sawyer a lot in the next coming seasons, with his pro comparison being Nick Bosa. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos in the Who Is series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.